and welcome to Reliving My Youth. My name is Noel. My guest this week is actor Gordon Clapp. Gordon's probably best known for portraying Detective Greg Medavoy on NYPD Blue. He first appeared in the third episode of the series and went on for the next 12 years. Besides Dennis Franz's Andy Sipowicz, Gordon was in the series the most episodes. He was nominated and won an Emmy for Best Supporting Actor for his role as Medavoy. We discuss how he got the role. Let's talk some of his guest starring spots on TV: Cheers, Night Court, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Deadwood, and he most recently appeared in an episode of Poker Face. In movies, he played catcher Ray Schalk in the baseball movie 8 Men Out, featuring the 1919 Black Sox scandal. He was also nominated for a Tony for his role in Glengarry Glen Ross. And we also discussed his passion project over the decades, his one-man play as American poet Robert Frost. Really enjoyed my conversation with Gordon, and I hope you do as well. So Gordon, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
That's my pleasure.
Yeah. So what are you up to these days?
Well, I've been pretty quiet for the past year until early September when I started rehearsals for a play locally, Eureka Day. We have two professional theaters in White River Junction, which is just down the street. I'm in Norwich, Vermont.
Okay.
And so we have Northern Stage, which is a major, I would call it a major regional theater. And then there's another smaller one. And so they were doing Eureka Day, which is a play that won a Tony as a revival, even though it was the original production was very recent. And so I did a 4-week run of that. And 1 week into it, I broke my arm. So I did miss one performance. I was insisting in the emergency room that I could go on that night. I said, it's just a separated shoulder. Oh,
Right.
just put it back and I'll be on stage.
Right.
Well, it didn't work out that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I was able to, and we didn't write the broken arm into the script. So people were wondering all night, when is that going to pay off? I was in a sling for the whole time. So after I finished that, I did several performances of Robert Frost, This Verse Business, which is a play that I've had in my back pocket now for 18 years. And it's really my passion project. It was written by a guy I just sort of stumbled across this script, but I had been wanting to bring Robert Frost to the stage for, since 1970, 77 to be exact. And I finally got around to it, and I stumbled across this script, and we've been honing it ever since. We've done probably 160 performances now over 16 years. So only about 10 a year.
Right.
And some years more than others. But we've done a couple of runs at regional theaters, and we've won some awards, and it's just a hard sell.
Right.
So I did a couple of performances at Northern Stage and a couple of performances out in San Diego at North Coast Rep, trying to get Frost back to California where he was born.
Yeah. So when you're trying to sell this play, how difficult is it? Like, do you just go to theaters Do you kind of have feelers out there? How does that work, deciding where you're going to perform this play?
It's done really well in New England. Frost is identified with New England, and even though he was born in California, he was quintessential New Englander. So we've had an easier time selling it here.
Okay.
But it's, he's not as familiar to a younger generation.
Yeah.
There are what I call Frostations. My generation and older,
right,
who remember him, many of whom knew him. There are stories almost every time we perform this. Somebody has a story. Someone from the audience. What I call a Frostation.
Yeah.
Will come up afterwards and tell and tell me some story about him as a professor. I lived right across the river from Dartmouth College,
Okay.
and he was in residence there a lot. He wasn't he wasn't teaching there so much as he was counseling,
Mhm.
so much as he would speak. He would speak to the freshmen every year. He had a standing date to speak to the freshmen into the 60s, into his last years. So he's a local favorite. And even though Dartmouth has never invited me to perform, to do a performance play, he dedicated the Hopkins Center for the Arts in 1962, and it was recently rededicated. And I guess they didn't want Frost this time around. But I've been
Okay.
invited by any number of classes uh, to come and perform the classes of the early '60s um, at their reunions. So it's just my favorite thing to do
Right.
is to come out there on stage as Robert Frost and addressing the audience.
Okay.
This is what he did for the last 25 years of his life. He called it barding around.
Hmm.
And uh, he was he was a great entertainer, performer, and he never had a script. He would say some of his poems. The talks were always punctuated with these poems, but he, uh, he never had a script. He would just kind of wax eloquent about
Okay.
any number of subjects.
Okay.
Um, what he called free verse, which he didn't write any free verse, he said, because there are no rules to free verse.
Yeah.
So his idea of free verse was talking.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I know like his state is like kind of guarded about what is done with him, how difficult it was to get made, get approval from his family.
Well, fortunately, the head of humanities in Vermont was the keeper of his estate,
Okay.
Peter Gilbert, and he was very helpful.
Oh, good.
But we originally the play all took place in a lecture hall, and it was there's a lot of material that was in the original script that is no longer there because what we decided to do after we got the estate's permission
Yeah.
to use the poetry and and recordings. Andy Dolan, who wrote the script, um, almost every word of it is Robert Frost, either from letters or these performances, tapes of these performances. He listened to hundreds of hours of Frost's speaking at colleges or, town halls or the, the VFW or just about anywhere. And he distilled it down into a wonderful through line about Frost's poetic process, his love of metaphor, his love of couplets, with a little bit of sprinkling of politics and religion, and it's a very entertaining piece. It's very much like Holbrook's Mark Twain, but people don't know Frost as a humorist, and when they come, they think that they're paying tribute of some kind, or almost like they're in church, and they're really surprised to find out how entertaining he was and how entertaining this piece is.
Right.
So it's hard to book. The last thing they seem to want on college campuses is an old straight white poet.
Right. Yeah.
They
That's not
want
in
something a
style
little
now.
more exotic.
Yeah.
And I have I'm resigned to that, and I'm delighted that attention is being given to any art form.
Right.
But this is a voice that is so current, is so eloquent in terms of what we're going through as a country, as a culture, and it's I really hope we can get his voice out there and bring him into the 21st century. Well, he's here. He's here
Right.
now.
Yeah.
We brought him a long way, but we want more people to hear that voice.
Yeah, absolutely. Did he inspire you to write any poetry or anything like that?
No,
No.
I I can't explain it. I can't explain my inability to sit down and write anything. I barely get through an email.
Right.
Um, and I used to enjoy writing more, but the only piece I ever wrote for anything was a radio play that involved New England poets when I was living in Canada and up in the Maritimes, and the Maritimes called New England, referred to them as the Boston States, and so I did I did a, a half-hour radio show that included Frost and Emerson, Thoreau, Longfellow, but mostly Frost.
Yeah.
That was 50 years ago.
Wow. Yeah.
So
Yeah. I'm in Connecticut, so I'm right in those New England states. So
ah,
yeah.
I spent a lot of time in Connecticut. So we did it at the Kate. Kate, it's the
Mhm.
theater that's dedicated to Kate Hepburn in
Right.
Old Saybrook.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I want to. I'd love to get it to Hartford, Hartford Stage.
Right.
What we're doing now is we're trying to get theaters who have that have two dark nights
Mm.
to be able to do it on a set, on a workable set
Right.
of a production that they're doing. When we were in San Diego, uh, we arrived in San Diego on a, a week ago Sunday night, and we saw John Rubinstein in his Eisenhower piece called this piece of ground, and it was just magnificent. So we were able to do enough covering of his set and
Right.
some of the furniture um, and to create the lecture hall, which is always easy.
Yeah.
But when we take the audience back to the cabin, this is what I was starting to say, and I do kind of get lost in my
Oh, that's
own.
okay.
But what I was starting to say was eventually we took the audience back to the cabin in Ripton, Vermont, supposedly, and have Frost sitting outside and uh, talking about his personal life, which he never did on stage. There's nothing in the first part that says anything about his family, or maybe a few of his contemporaries are mentioned, but they're never. Um, they're just different stories. In the second part, he talks about a lot of loss that he had in his life. He outlived 4 of his 6 children.
Wow.
Um, he lost what I think was his favorite uh, child to an infection after childbirth,
Mhm.
and the child from that event is still with us.
Oh, okay.
She's in her 90s, and I've never met her. I've met
Wow.
one of his other grandchildren, but and he lost his son to suicide
Mm.
at age. He was Carol was 40 when he decided he's lost his meaning. That's what
Mm.
the way Frost puts it.
Wow.
Lost his meaning, and so the second part is deeply personal and as entertaining in a way, but also very very touching. and
Right.
there are moments of darkness that he overcomes with his poetry and with the poetry of others. Uh, so I'm talking a lot about this one project,
That's
and
okay. That's okay.
it,
It's totally
it
fine.
it really has so much meaning for me
Right.
personally, and for people around me. I won my wife over with birches.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully you'll make it down to Connecticut. Uh, I'd love to see it.
absolutely.
That'd be great. Yeah. So I'd imagine that stage is your first love.
I'm sorry.
I'd imagine that the stage is your first love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh, I really missed it those 12 years that I was doing a series.
Right.
I think I performed one sort of one nighter um, during those 12
Yeah.
um, you know yeah, it was 12 years.
Right.
But my first job out of that was Glengarry, was
Yeah.
to go to Broadway.
Right.
Terrifying, but just so much fun.
Yeah. And you got nominated for a Tony for that. Yeah. I mean,
It
it's
was just a great cast.
yeah.
And yeah, we did about a 5 month run, and that was it. We took our awards and went in different directions.
Right. Yeah. I just feel like the stage, it's all the actors, whereas like other mediums, the director will tell you what to do. You cut, you come to different takes. Where you're on stage, it's just the actors on
It's just
there
the actors.
doing everything for 2 hours, and you're all on
and
your own.
and it's the immediate gratification
Right.
of the response of an audience. I mean, even when in a play where there's a fourth wall,
Mhm.
you can feel the audience breathing, and sometimes you can feel them leaving
Right. Yeah.
and see them leaving.
Yeah.
And but it just it has a power that film and television, a different kind of power.
Right.
I think most actors, I love seeing the performances that I've done, but they're never really what I expect them to be, or what I remember them to be when I was
Right.
shooting.
Yeah.
It's very very rare that I'm totally happy
Hmm.
with a performance, because they're manipulated, edited,
Right.
or often missing,
Yeah.
not even there. You
Right.
know, what used to happen on NYPD Blue was there'd be a scene that really didn't have a lot to do with the story, um, but it was entertaining, and we would get to the location, and I'd say, "Can we just cut to the chase and have the afternoon off, because I know this is not going to be in the final." And I was often right about that.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna get to that show in a sec, but when you were on stage, did you ever get distracted by the audience?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yeah, cell phones.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. Have you ever broken character for it?
Oh, well, not broken character, but
Or stay
stayed
in
in character.
character and mention it?
And um, one time a cell phone went off, and I just looked out in the audience, and I said, "If that's Ezra Pound, tell him I'm on it." Which 10 or 12 people in the
People get
audience
it.
uh, knew the backstory of that
Right.
comment, that he was being asked to. And it wasn't it wasn't in the script, but it was worth it just to
It's the
bring
same.
the
Yeah.
name Ezra Pound into it.
Right.
But something happened recently when we were doing Eureka Day. There's a scene in Eureka Day that is a Zoom meeting, a community Zoom meeting,
Okay.
and it is nonstop laughter from the audience, because they're seeing the comments. I'm conducting a meeting. I'm the headmaster, and the other people on the board are sitting behind me, and we're having our own conversation. but there are comments coming in and they're being projected on the rear,
Right.
and the audience is not paying much attention to what we're saying.
Just the comments.
It's all a debate about vaccines,
Okay.
and it gets very personal.
Hmm.
It's very funny. Uh, During one of the performances, somebody's cell phone went off and kept ringing and kept ringing. And finally, one of the characters, I wasn't, I was just kind of going ahead,
Yeah.
plowing ahead. And one of the characters spoke up and said, "If there's somebody at home with that cell phone, you might want to turn it off. You might want to turn off your cell phone." She's looking into the camera that we
Yeah.
have on stage, and the person in the audience
Didn't
did
get
not get it. And I don't know whether this person thought that somebody. And finally, one of the people who works at the theater just went over and addressed the person,
Right.
and the person just looked up like, "What's the problem? I don't understand." We just kept going on with this
Right.
thing. I finally got us back on track,
Okay.
and finally the phone stopped ringing.
Right.
But
That's
yeah,
funny.
it can be very distracting, and just noise in the audience,
Yeah.
or people being restless. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's, I'm sure that's got to be difficult to imagine, but yeah. I just recently saw you in Poker Face.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, like, it's funny you mentioned that how like you shoot something and you got to wait months for it to come out and be
Yeah,
seen.
I am. I want to start at the beginning of that season, and
Yeah, it's a great yeah, fascinating show.
yeah.
It's really good.
So I worked with Natasha. I played Natasha's father in a play 15 years ago,
Okay.
called Blood from a Stone, with the new group in New York, and we had such fun. Um, she's just the best.
Yeah.
I'd only seen her a couple of times since, and so it was great to just to see her again.
Yeah.
Hoping for a little more uh, of a part. I
Yeah.
had 3 lines, and eventually it was whittled down to 2 lines.
Hmm. Yeah, it was a
But
scene.
I'm glad people recognize me.
Oh,
It brought
absolutely.
my star meter on
Yeah.
IMDb up to, I don't know, uh, about 4,000 points.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
in the mid-teens now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going up, say, like the top 25, in college football or whatever.
Yeah, I don't spend enough time on social media.
Right.
Right now, I don't have an agent. I'm just doing things that I want to do. And
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So then how did that come about?
What? Not
Getting
having an
poker.
agent?
No, well, that too, but getting Poker Face.
Oh, getting Poker Face. That
Yeah.
well, they found me.
Oh,
They
okay.
know how to find me. I have an email.
Right. Yeah.
Uh, I have a publicist that I no longer, she no longer really works for me, but she's a point of
Yeah.
contact,
Right.
and just a lovely person. She's basically retired, although she says that one of her clients is keeping her busy and insisting
Right.
that she doesn't retire.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm still reachable
Right.
somehow.
Yeah. Well, I found you, so if I can find you, then they can find you. So.
Well, this I'm doing a film this weekend in New Jersey, and it's a short film. Uh, the screenwriter director
Mhm.
calls it Beckett in a Booth. Takes place in a diner,
Okay.
and it's surreal and very. I think it's going to be
Yeah.
going to be a lot of fun to play these imaginary characters, I guess.
Right. Yeah. I shot a short film with you called Bananas, and it was just it was really funny because when the bank robbers came out and they were robbing with the bank with bananas, I'm like, what are they doing? And then realized that everyone else had bananas, the cops, and it was really funny. So
Yeah, all the weapons were
all the
bananas.
weapons, yeah, especially the snipers had like a bushel of
Yeah,
bananas. It
it was
was really
great. Yeah,
funny.
we shot that in I think 2004 um, in LA. We actually had a film scored. We got a free orchestra,
Okay.
and I was disappointed that that didn't go to more festivals.
Right.
It probably still could. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pretty entertaining.
Yeah, no, it was funny. It's on YouTube if anyone wants to watch it. Just type up bananas, Gordon Clapp. It definitely it comes right up. But a couple years ago, I discovered one of your first shows, Check It Out, with Don Adams.
Yeah.
And yeah, I never even heard of that. And it was just like, what is this? I love Don Adams, from Get Smart, and he
Yeah.
voiced Inspector Gadget and stuff like that. Um, and you played, I think, what was it, like the handyman or the maintenance worker or something
Well,
like that?
it was like what happened on NYPD Blue, where I was like the man who came to dinner. I did a guest episode, but
Yeah,
I was a detective. He had a desk, and they brought me
yeah,
back for another episode.
yeah.
And this happened with Check It Out, or as we called it in Canada, Check It Out. Shot it in Toronto, um, and Don. Uh, I think he had fun. He missed
Right.
LA. He
Mm.
didn't like living in the cold
Okay.
for
Yeah.
however long. We did 22 episodes, and I would do 10 to 13 episodes
Yeah.
for 3 seasons. Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty
and
funny.
I had so much fun
Yeah.
doing it. And my character was just like this hopelessly stupid or hopelessly logical
Yeah.
to a
Right.
fault uh,
Yeah. Very loud
handyman,
character. Yeah.
and um, and they used to have to separate us because we couldn't keep straight face during.
Right. Yeah.
Um, and he just took a shine to me. I think because I was fellow American,
Right.
and the rest were Canadians who didn't get him.
Yeah.
And I grew up on the sitcoms,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah.
So I really had a knack for it, and yeah, he insisted on bringing me in as a regular or semi-regular, and yeah,
Uh,
that was a lot of fun.
yeah, that's great.
You can't find it anywhere.
It's on Peacock.
It's on Peacock.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
So,
wonder if I'll ever see a nickel from it.
yeah. Maybe just a nickel. Yeah. Yeah. A bunch of guest starring roles. You played on Night Court Bull's scumbag cousin, which was,
Yeah,
yeah, which I'm sure was really fun because Night Court was one of the best
that
sitcoms
was
of the 80s.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was great fun. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
And they
Cheers.
wanted to bring me back, I think, for the finale, and I was doing a play in Boston.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Yeah. And then yeah, Cheers, you had a brief scene in there playing a
yeah,
Shriner in a phone
the
booth.
Shriner.
And that was like one of the last episodes too, I believe, like towards the end of the
Yeah,
series. Yeah. Yeah. And
and they
Cheers
were all
is,
getting ready to leave.
I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah. And was that because I know that obviously the exteriors of the bar are in Boston. I've been there a couple of times, and the first time was like, well, this place is completely different than the set that they, portrayed. But did you ever go to the Cheers in
No, in
Boston?
fact, it's funny because my wife's career is in Boston. She
Okay.
does the art. She's like a curator at
Okay.
Children's Hospital. So she's there, 3 or 4 days a week, and then she comes up here to Vermont, or
Right.
I'd spend time down there.
Okay.
And it's right around the corner from where we were living, and I don't know why I never stumbled in there, but
Right. Yeah, it was great. I remember the first time I was there, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Yeah, screen my name when I get in there, just like Norm and stuff like that. It's
yeah,
really fun.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, obviously, everyone on TV knows you for Detective Medavoy, and you mentioned getting it, being on it for one episode, and then besides Dennis Franz being on the most episodes, so that had to be gratifying, knowing you're going to be a series regular. and then just staying there all 12 seasons.
Yeah, but it was like the show was in jeopardy from the get-go
Right.
for, because of the stations that were boycotting it.
Right.
Uh, and then Caruso's departure,
Yeah.
he was he just that wore that role so beautifully.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
He was the the cop out of he just had the
Yeah.
DNA.
Yeah.
Um, and nobody knew how it was going to go with Jimmy.
Yeah.
Um, Ironically, Jimmy was offered the role before Caruso.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and uh, he didn't. I guess he didn't. They couldn't match the money that he wanted. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm telling tales out of school.
Right.
Who can Um, so then when Jimmy just was wonderful in the role, in his version of that
Yeah.
of that character. It wasn't the mythological New York Irish
Cop.
uh,
Yeah.
street guy.
Yeah.
But it had its own signature in it, and then we lost him.
Yeah.
So it was as if there were very few times when we knew we'd be coming back the next season, when we were sure we'd be coming back the next
Yeah.
season. And then eventually when Milch left, and we just thought that voice is unique.
Yeah.
But he left a really good template, and we had some wonderful writers after he left.
Right.
And we went through, Sipowicz went through 4 partners
Yeah.
in the time of in the 12 years.
Right. And
And
it's funny. Yeah.
he carried the show,
Oh, yeah.
and
Absolutely.
he left the lot, and he hasn't been back.
Yeah. I was reading, he just was like exhausted, wanted to take a year break, and then the year break became
He
decades. And
came,
it's, yeah.
came 20.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
20 years.
it's not like he couldn't find work. It's just,
Uh,
it's amazing how,
he Wow.
yeah. And he, obviously after Jimmy Smith, you had Rick Schroeder and the Mark Paul Gosselaar, who were like kid actors known for their roles there. And then
Yeah, yeah.
to break that, like, I wouldn't say child actor curse, but they're known more for now other roles and just that they're kid roles back, decades earlier. So they both were really good in their roles as well. Yeah.
So yeah, actually, Milch wrote into that with Rick. They
Right.
made fun of his baby face, and
Yeah.
I mean, he wrote stuff in about how he looked like he was in junior high.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so he wasn't afraid of it.
Yeah.
So David would write into any storm of any kind.
Yeah.
The elephant in the room was always
Yeah.
his favorite thing to write about.
Yeah.
An obstacle, I guess you'd call it. Yeah,
Yeah.
he
And
loved obstacles.
yeah. And the mannerisms that Medavoy had, was that something that you brought to it, or is that something that was already created for the
Yeah,
character?
I have a lot of versions of that story. But really, what it was I was auditioning for two. I had auditioned for the pilot, and I can't remember exactly what roles they were. And basically, I knew I would be on the show at some point because I'd
Right.
already done a couple of Botchko episodes, and I was in Greg Hoblett's,
Yeah.
Rolodex. So I was auditioning for 2 different roles. One of them was a very dramatic scene of somebody trying to talk a hostage situation,
Right.
trying to talk the hostage taker down, and the other one was this guy who it was in the squad room, and he was trying to get Sipowicz to babysit his dog because he had to bring the dog to work, and Sipowicz was chained to his desk at that point.
Right.
And so I knew that Dennis Franz was very intimidating. I knew that he was, whatever character he was playing, was very intimidating.
Yeah.
So I played kind of a nervous stutter. I said everything twice,
Right.
like Jimmy two times in Goodfellas. I'm going
Yeah.
out to
True.
get the paper, get the paper. And so, and that was my hook. And a few weeks later, I got the offer to come in and do, for one episode, possibly recurring, but for now, this is what we're paying. And I thought, did they want me to do the stutter? So nobody was saying anything. And then I was at craft service, and one of the producers came up and said, "Oh, you're the guy who stutters, right?" And I went, "I guess so." And that first scene, I felt like I was shot out of a cannon, and I just overdid it. And Milch tried to calm me down, and I went, "Oh my God, I've got such a great opportunity," and and I finished the episode, and I thought I did okay. I did okay. I was able to calm it down, and I think it went well. And I went up to Greg Hoblet afterwards. And I said, "Hey, thanks for helping me out with that and everything." He goes, "Yeah, you'll be around. You'll be around. We'll have you back." And a couple of weeks later, I was auditioning for something else, and I wandered into this stage, and I saw episode 5 sitting on somebody's desk, and I opened, and I saw my name, and I just thought, and so I called my agent and I said, "I'm going to get an offer for episode 5." And I did. And then one other episode where they changed another character's name to Medavoy, and they just had me in there. And then Abandando arrived, and I read that and I went, "I'm made. I'm being made. I'm going to be made. I know I'm going to be made." It was just too good. The episodes with Gail O'Grady.
Oh, they were great. Yeah, your chemistry with her was fantastic.
And then I was partnered with Nikki.
Yeah.
And by the way, have you had Nikki on?
No, I would love to.
Yeah. Have you seen him recently?
No.
Have you seen his insane rants about
with the Yankees?
baseball?
Oh yeah, on Twitter with the Yankees. Yeah.
I hope he's okay.
Yeah, I'm a Yankee fan too, so I can relate, but no one feels sorry for us, so it's okay.
Oh, so where are you from in Connecticut?
I'm in Fairfield County, but I'm originally from Queens, New York. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I think Fairfield County is Yankee territory as well. Yeah.
Yeah, like right where I am, it kind of teeters on like the Boston fandom and the New York fandom, so it's kind of split a little bit, but
Yeah. Well, the split usually happens in Hartford, New Haven, that area.
Yeah. 'Cause I used to work at ESPN. I was there for a decade.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's originally what brought me to Connecticut.
Yeah,
So I lived up
Kenny
there.
Mayne's a friend of mine.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, Kenny on.
I would love to. Yeah. I used to work sports centers with him back in the day.
So, yeah, that was my ride on NYPD Blue.
Yeah. Was there ever a thought of leaving the show, or like, nah, this is too good? Go back to the stage?
No, it was too good. I was, after Milch left, the character was kind of background a little bit, and and then I had a new partner, and our relationship was great.
Right.
Baldwin Jones.
Yep. Yeah. Henry. Yep.
And another Connecticut guy, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's from Stanford. That's right.
And yeah, so I was still having fun, and the final season, I had some of the best, the most fun episodes that I had for the whole series. I had the run-in with the lieutenant because I had a job as a bouncer.
That's right.
Came in with a black eye, and he found out why, and he just put me through hell.
Yeah.
And, so, and then I had the relationship with the real estate lady, and ended
Yeah.
up leaving, ended up retiring. So yeah, it was I had a lot of great stuff that final season.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my favorite things was the whole Chinese food thing that they did with
Oh,
you.
Chinese food was great. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He
That
yeah.
was, and so here's what would happen, and Milch is mostly in the episodes. I mean, seasons 4 through 7. I think he was there for 7. Is he would. It wasn't like he would write an episode. He would solve the episode. He would start with a story, um, but he would write the script with individual scenes that would inform what happened, and what followed. And so we didn't get scripts sometimes until we were in the makeup chair,
Oh wow.
and he demanded that everything be word perfect. And he had what I would call an eccentric
Yeah.
construction, sentence construction. In Deadwood, it became
Yeah.
uh,
Absolutely.
it's Shakespearean.
Yeah.
I would, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So he just when you
So
got
yeah,
Deadwood, he just
and
gave you the
and
two.
and the so the Chinese food
Yeah.
episode, I had this speech where um, uh, I decimate the internal affairs
Yeah.
guy, Scott, and that went on for I don't know, like 3 pages or something,
Right.
and it was edited,
Yeah.
and then my chewing out Sipowicz as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what, uh, yeah, it was difficult, and that I think is why Jimmy left the show, because he said I can't I can't use my own way of working, my own
Right.
method, unless I have a script 3 or 4 days ahead of time.
Right. Okay.
So I'm really tired of writing my lines on my cuffs, and
Yeah.
um, so it was hard for some people. It was
Uh,
really hard for some people,
yeah.
but
I can imagine. Huh. Yeah.
I was pretty accurate.
Right. Yeah.
Well, we had to be.
Right. Yeah. And then yeah, you get nominated for 2 Emmys, you win one. Did you have a speech prepared when you won the award or
Not really.
no?
I mean, I had a list prepared,
Yeah.
but as at the beginning of the speech was, I thought of just as I was getting up on stage, I went, "That's right. They asked me what my favorite television moment was,"
Yeah.
and I said Norton addressing the ball, "Hello, ball,"
Yeah.
and so I thought, well, it just changed.
Yeah.
My favorite television
Right.
moment was
Yeah.
having my name called.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Is the biggest fear walking up those stairs and trying not to trip?
well, that happened to me recently.
Oh, wow.
That's
Okay.
why I have a broken arm.
Oh, okay.
You can't see it because I don't have my sling on today.
Right.
But yeah, that didn't occur to me.
Yeah. No, because everything you watch was award shows, and obviously the winner is so excited and they start going up, and I'm like, I hope no one falls up those stairs because they don't look too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad
And,
you didn't though.
I was stopping along the way to hug people, and,
Yeah.
and Jimmy said, "Get up there, get up there."
Right, yeah. Yeah, but that was awesome though. And then like you mentioned Deadwood, and which was also created by David Milch. Did he just or did this offer you the role? You don't have to audition for that show, right?
Yeah, but he tortured me for a number of weeks before he's at the rap party for NYPD Blue. He said,
Yeah.
when are you coming over?" when are you coming over?
Yeah.
I said, well, I'm off to New York in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. We'll do something. And then he kept calling me and telling me a different version of the character I would be playing.
Right.
So I did the one episode as the tailor.
Yeah.
He never wrote the scene that explained who the character was. So I was
Yeah.
just basically in the background.
Right.
I spent a whole week on set in the background.
Yeah.
And then when I got back from New York, he said, "Okay, we're gonna do something. We're gonna do something really fun."
Yeah.
So, but I didn't know when it was going to happen, and I was checking in to my answering machine from the golf course, and there's a message from an AD saying you're on set at 6:30 tomorrow morning, and I am faxing some pages. It's about an 8-page scene, and Swearingen has 2 words in the 8 pages. And so sorry about that.
Yeah.
So when I got home, Milch called and said it's not so much that this character is effeminate, is that he's just very good at his job. But I think the German accent will help. So 6:30 the next morning, I went in having memorized however, it was probably 6 pages,
Right.
and in a German accent. And yeah, there were a few lines cut, but it was a really fun scene, and working with Ian McShane was just a blessing.
Yeah. Who's more intimidating, Ian McShane or Dennis Franz?
I would say that would be they would be the finalists. Well, I know Dennis a little better,
Right. Yeah.
but I'd met Ian a couple of times, and he was, beautiful guy.
Yeah. Oh, he was amazing in that role. It was, yeah. I always felt that show was so underrated too.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people just didn't have patience for it. A lot of people didn't like the language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's yeah.
It,
I mean,
it was really too bad it was truncated.
yeah. Yeah. At least they got a movie out of it
Yeah.
after. Yeah. So, but what's going on now with baseball, with all the gambling stuff and or sports in general, with the NBA and stuff like that, kind of brings me to Eight Men Out.
Yeah.
And yeah, and which one of my favorite baseball movies. You played Ray Schalk, who Hall of Fame catcher, and obviously straight as an arrow, so you didn't have to worry
Yeah.
about the betting issues. So, do you, are you just surprised now at how athletes are just getting in trouble? The millions they make for like
Well,
little
yeah.
these bets.
I mean,
It's
that's
crazy.
surprising to me, but people are encouraged at
So,
every
yeah,
commercial break to
everything.
just spend their
Yeah,
life savings.
yeah, exactly. And the
I mean,
leagues
it starts
encourage it.
small,
Yeah,
but I think it's terrible that it's become such a big business. Um, I think the wrong people are profiting from it.
yeah. And it's not even like throwing a game. It's like all these like prop bets,
Yeah,
points, throw a pitch or something like that. And it's like
right.
doesn't affect the outcome of the game, but
I'm not really sure what happened with the recent thing with the two pitchers, but
yeah,
um, I couldn't tell. He said, was it they're manipulating pitches or
yeah,
something? They were signaling
yeah.
something. Or, I don't know.
The types of pitches thrown. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
and
I just
one of them was the
I've been a
best like
little,
closers in the league.
yeah.
Yeah,
I've been a little consumed with other things,
right, right.
with a broken arm and trip
Yeah,
to San Diego with a broken arm.
yeah,
But I'll catch up with it
yeah,
soon. And the one I couldn't believe was Pete Rose. When Eight Men Out came out, he was betting on
yeah.
gambling.
Right.
I mean, it's just astonishing
Yeah.
that, I mean, the money wasn't as big when when Rose was managing,
Yeah.
but still, and he probably, he was probably betting
Huh.
on other things.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Horse
And
racing and
that was
whatnot.
part
Yeah.
of his.
Yeah. But could you like sympathize with the 19 White Sox?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Um, yeah, I mean, Comiskey was such a tightwad,
Yeah.
uh, and some of the stuff that I don't know about the flat champagne scene or
Right. Yeah.
but that was that told the story pretty well.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. The original cast for that movie, because it takes so long to have a movie made.
Right.
But Martin Sheen and Gene
Yeah.
Hackman,
Yeah.
but David Strathairn was was originally supposed to be Shoeless Joe,
Oh, okay.
and he had me in as Schalk, and we were the only two actors that survived the original cast. And he had George C. Scott as Comiskey,
Oh,
and
wow. Okay.
I mean, this was his dream cast.
Yeah. He aimed big.
I was honored to be part of his dream cast, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure that that would have held up.
Yeah. Because you went to college with him, right?
But yeah,
Yeah.
I cast him in a play, and
Right.
it's been paying off ever since.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I had DB Sweeney on a couple years ago. And yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and he nailed that role too because you really
yeah.
sympathized with Shoeless Joe, and
Yep.
you really felt bad for him.
He just had a great
Yeah,
sadness to that
yeah,
face.
yeah,
His face is just, yeah.
right. Now I'm kind of glad that they lifted the suspensions of them, like I think it was last year. So do you think he'll ever get into the Hall of Fame?
I don't know. The Hall of Fame is so principled. There needs to be a section.
Yeah,
There just needs to be like an asterisk
yeah,
section or something. I don't know.
yeah,
It's just so hard to believe that these guys, before they were using the steroids,
yeah,
had Hall of Fame careers.
yeah. Totally. Bonds, Clemens, yeah. But like all their memorabilia is in the Hall of Fame, just
Yeah,
not their plaque. So just
yeah,
why can't you just put a plaque in there and put a little syringe logo or do something on their,
yeah,
it's part of the history of baseball and
yeah,
it's a museum,
yeah.
it's a shame, but yeah. Yeah. How much baseball like experience did you have before auditioning for the role?
Well, I didn't audition.
I mean,
So,
or just getting the role,
yeah. How much
like
did I?
baseball experience did
Well,
you have?
I played Little League.
Okay.
I played a little bit in high school.
Yeah.
Um, I went to a boarding school, South Kent School, not far
Okay.
from where you live.
Yeah.
And yeah, one of the years I played baseball, and the other I played tennis. So I did some catching.
Okay.
Was able to do that. But I was in the twilight of my career when Eight Men Out was finally made.
Yeah.
David and I were 39, like
Okay.
39 while we were shooting,
Right.
and so I wasn't quite as spry. Speed up
Right.
my running and sliding into second.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
editor did a little bit of work there.
Right. Yeah. And like obviously using the catcher's equipment back from when,
Oh
the
yeah,
game
I,
it had
I,
to be
I was
tough with that
sure
glove, right?
I was sure I would break at least two fingers.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
no, I managed to survive that.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was the best player? Was it Charlie Sheen?
I don't know. DB was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, he batted left hand. He was a righty and batted,
Right. Yeah. He had a bat lefty. Yeah.
he had a bat lefty. Jim Reed was a righty and he had a
Mm.
pitch lefty.
That's even harder. Of
He lied in the audition.
course.
He
Yeah.
found a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Charlie would have been. David Strathairn is an extraordinary athlete.
Right.
And he had an injury when we were all living together in the other side of Vermont after college.
Mm,
He injured his ankle really badly,
mm.
and it became almost immobile. So
Wow.
that, and before that injury, he was an incredibly graceful dancer,
Mm,
an athlete. Um, I think he could have, you know, made any. He could have had a profession in most in
mm.
basketball or
Right.
baseball or whatever.
Yeah.
He was that good.
Mm.
And we had a about a 2 week, I think it was, maybe it was only a week training camp with
Okay.
Ken Berry, the Bandit, um, center fielder for the White Sox in the
Right.
'60s, and that was great. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like a spring training,
Right.
and we got to do it all.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, no, I love that movie. It's great. And it's also just being a baseball fan, just seeing, it seems like they're really true to the history of the scandal.
Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
uh, Elliot, it was great. We had Elliot Azanoff and Ring Lardner Jr. Uh,
Yeah.
and Studs Terkel
Right, yeah.
hanging out in the bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were all in one hotel, and it was like this little safe spot
Yeah.
where we were in Indianapolis, and we go. Rick Riley would come down, and the sports writers,
Yeah.
and Ed Rausch, who was the only surviving member of the series, stopped by one day at
Oh
age
wow.
90. Yeah, it was just it was like the best. I think the most interesting
Yeah.
on-set experience that we'd ever had.
Right.
Um, but Elliot told me a couple of stories. Uh, one that he went to Ray Schalk's office when Ray was the athletic director, I think at Purdue.
Okay.
I think it was Purdue, and he got an appointment with him, and he said, "Well, what can I do for you, Mr. Azanoff?" He said, "Well, I'm writing a book about the scandal." He said,
Yeah.
what scandal?" "Well, about the Black Sox.
Yeah.
The Black Sox. They were the White Sox. Get the hell out of my office."
Oh wow.
And that was it. He wouldn't tell him anything.
Wow.
And then a couple of years later, he was at a Hall of Fame gathering, and he was with Elliot was, and
Yeah.
he was with Joe DiMaggio, and they were drifting around, and Joe said, "Hey, Ray Schalk, oh, you guys must know each other." Ray goes, "Get that man the hell out of my sight. I don't ever want to see him again." And this was after the book had come out.
Right.
So
Oh
yeah,
wow. That's
he uh, he he was ashamed of maybe that he didn't do more to
to
prevent
stop it.
it.
Right.
Um, and yeah, I mean, it was and he wouldn't testify.
Mm.
He wouldn't testify against them.
Okay.
I think he was so resentful that he was put in that position because he had a Hall of Fame career.
Yeah. One of the greatest defensive catchers of all time. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't quite that good, but
Yeah.
I was a goalie in hockey.
Okay.
But I like to say, my college coach, I did play 1 year at Williams,
Mm.
and uh, when I came out for the second year, I came out late because I'd been doing a play, and the coach said, I think we're all set at goaltender right now. We've got two guys, and I got to tell you, you really have great instincts, but unfortunately, they're the ones associated with dodgeball. I made that up,
Okay. That's funny.
but Jerry Cheevers uses it sometimes.
Right. Yeah, the great goalie. Yeah, that's yeah. but when when Eight Men Out came out, it was like the golden age for baseball movies
Yeah.
between like Bull Durham and Field of Dreams and Major League, and then Eight Men Out. It's like in the span of like 4 years, those are four amazing movies
Yeah.
that came out.
Yeah, it was great fun seeing all these, yeah, the glory days of baseball movies.
Yeah,
And they were good.
yeah,
They were in the older ones, the Fear Strikes Out and
yeah, yeah. I did enjoy Bang the
Babe
Drum
Ruth story.
Slowly. Yeah, like Pride of the Yankees was great, but like um, Bang the Drum Slowly I enjoyed,
Oh,
but
yeah.
yeah, but but then after when the '90s hit, then besides League of Their Own, some of the other ones were just way out there. Yeah. Um, how much fun was it being an alien on Star Trek?
Well, I spent a lot more time in makeup than I did
In
on.
the scene? Yeah.
Um, yeah. It's
Yeah.
still, I still get fan letters occasionally,
Right.
um, identifying me as somebody who's I can hardly remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The, the most fan letters I get now are there's a set of 8 Men Out trading cards.
Right.
I don't remember giving my blessing for or being
Uh-oh. Okay.
paid for, but this was 38 years ago.
Yeah.
And we may have signed off on them because I remember they came out right about then. Um, but boy, a lot of people have them.
Yeah.
I get 3 or 4 fan letters a month
Okay.
um, from with the baseball cards to sign the cards
Yeah.
and other stuff. NYPD Blue things that they've taken off the internet.
Yeah.
Um, or just requests. Um, yeah, so it's fun, and everybody knows where I live. So
Well, I
yeah,
guess that's good and bad, right?
well, it could be. So far it hasn't
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. Have you done any of those conventions yet?
I I haven't.
Okay.
There was actually one. I think it was a couple of weeks ago. Maybe it's coming up that one of my collector friends was going to and was going to try to get me into, and I wasn't sure I could do it anyway
Oh,
because my busy I
yeah.
was busy with a broken arm.
Right.
Um, but this guy uh, every few years will stop by here with a pile of stuff to sign, and I'm
Yeah.
happy to do it. And he gives
Right.
me he'll give me money for it.
Oh, I hope so. Yeah.
And so we signed a bunch of baseballs a couple of years ago, and we
Yeah.
paid for that. But I haven't been to any of the conventions.
Okay.
It would be fun to do that. I don't know how many of the guys would. I don't know if Cusack and Charlie might.
Yeah,
You know,
Charlie's been doing a bunch of stuff, and I know like Johns does them occasionally. Um, I think DB has done a couple. So maybe like the 40th anniversary of the movie. It's coming up soon.
yeah,
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah,
yeah. That's for her.
yeah, crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
here's how long ago it was. 2 days after I wrapped, my son was born,
Oh wow. Okay.
and he just celebrated his 38th.
Okay. Wow.
I can't believe that either.
Yeah. Well, that's perfect timing that you were able to see him
He
be
he
born,
grew
right?
up recently. He grew up recently. He got married,
Okay, that's good.
so he's officially a grown up now.
Okay. Any grandkids yet? Yeah.
No, my wife has a granddaughter,
Okay.
a year old,
Oh, that's great.
and she's adopted me.
Nice.
Yeah. She likes go-go on go-go.
Okay. That's awesome. But
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. But Gordon, I really appreciate your time today. This was fantastic. Best of luck with the show and hopefully a speedy recovery as well.
Thank you so much.
And a special thanks to Gordon for joining me today. If you have a guest suggestion, hit me up on X, formerly Twitter, @thepersonal19. Be sure to like the page Living My Youth on Facebook. You can go to iTunes, check out all the past episodes we've had. While you're there, please rate and review the show. Don't have iTunes? Not a problem. The show's on SoundCloud, Spotify, Podbean, Amazon Music, YouTube, basically where you can find a podcast. New episode will come out soon. Happy holidays, everybody. We'll see you soon.